So finally, we've come to an end of Satan. We're done with Satan. We're moving on to demons. I know I don't tackle the easy subjects. I'm always going for the hard ones, but I feel these hard ones are the anchors to most of the belief systems that a lot of us have been holding on to, and most of the things that we travail in the sense that our belief systems become identify us, it becomes our identity. And since we walk in that identity of fear and of subjection and all of these things, it majority of the time confuses us to think that, okay, why would a good creator, why would somebody good create all this evil around us? When we begin to understand the way creation is, the way nature is, the way the cosmos is, the way the universe is, the way our fathers understood spirituality, the intelligence of our fathers, you realize that a majority of us have been enslaved all this while thinking we are believing the truth. So yes, I would always go for the hard ones, because if you are able to break down the hard ones for you to see that most of the things we believe in are not necessarily what they are, then what is left? What is left? So I would encourage everybody to keep an open mind as we study and go deeper. To just, you see, don't rubbish things you don't know. If you don't know something, just admit that you don't know. And then what you do is that you make your own research to find out what the person is saying is true or not. If you feel the person's point or proposition is totally out of range, then you garbage it. But if you feel that there's sense in it and it's making sense, then you add it to the little knowledge that we have. We are all studying, we are all growing. And I don't want to say I'm treading cautiously with the subject of demons, but it's a gray area talking about demons. But I know the Spirit of our fathers and the Creator will lead us to do what must be done. So let's see what today brings. Aquaba. Welcome to the Melanated Truth. My name is Kojo Bentu. You know, I'm always humbled that I get to do this. I love my job. I love what I do. If my job is to speak the truth every time I find myself speaking, then I love this job. I want to say thank you to everybody that has made us what we had today. Listen, we started a couple of weeks ago, and we are here. I know we are growing, and I can't shut up about our Zoom meetings. Listen, you guys are amazing. You make our Zoom meetings amazing, and I'm excited about you guys, and I'm humbled to be a lead, or to be in a lead position when it comes to spirituality and seeking after the truth. I want to also give thanks to the Creator and the Mother Earth and the powers that be. I want to give thanks to the powers of the earth, the powers of the earth, the power of the water dimension, the waters above, the waters beneath. I also want to give thanks to the power of the fiery dimension. I want to give thanks to Esi, Ajo, Abina, Auku, Yao, Efi, Amen. I want to give thanks to the powers that are in your background, in my background, the powers that govern us. I want to give thanks to our chief priest, our elder, our great prophet, Okonfo Kwame Anochi. I want to give thanks to our first president, Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I want to say thank you for all that you do for black people and Africans in our nations and all that we are knowing today. I believe everything that is coming out today are the things that you pioneered. If you guys didn't do what you did, we wouldn't be here. I also want to give great gratitude to my grandfather, Nana Bedu Bonsu. Nana Bedu Bonsu. I'm humbled to be in his lineage, and also Nana Jatwa. I'm humbled. I also give thanks to Nahima, Naofejahima, and Nanamframa. I give thanks to all these powers and all these graces that are always leading us. I'm saying everything in English today so that you guys understand what I oftentimes say in Chi every time I start the Melanated Truth. Today I want to go back to some of the messages that I haven't read in a while, and I go back to the video I did on Let's Talk About Satan, and I saw a message I saw a comment today, and I was excited and humbled at the same time that my great elder is also watching my videos. I salute you. I'm humbly employing your excellence and the great work you are doing for our kingdom. Osmafo, I'm humbled by you and I thank you. So to all the family of Osmafo TV, we are humbled by you guys. So this comment is from Annette, says, "Yahweh continue to bless you for the truth." Bless you too. Malaki has said, when you do study on demons. So I'm doing demons today. You asked me when am I doing the study on demons. I'm doing demons today. Mazwi said, "Not only does it confirm my theory of duality in everything, but it also confirms that we are vessels of two entities." And I believe I answered this one. Where this says, "Please, who do I answer this one?" Okay, I answered these bunch. So let me answer the Osmafo TV when I'm humbled again. He said, "The Bible is one of the devil's inspired books to enslave and subdue humanity, the original humans, aka black people." Thank you, Elder. Thank you, Elder, for this comment. So let me move to, let's talk about Satan part 2. And I want to read a comment on that. So, Malachi said, "This is so good. Can't wait until tomorrow. This is what I've been studying, the third eye, pituitary gland, the things they didn't want us to know." Yes, and I believe you're talking about last Friday, and we all know what happened last Friday. They took out the lights. Can you imagine? They didn't want me to say it, but I said it yesterday, so I'm excited about it. Joanna Mendoza said, "Good day, brother. Blessings to you all." Bless you, sister. How you doing? You've been missed. You've been missed. Just Talk Shane said, "Is it right to ask where the Creator comes from?" To ask the question where the Creator comes from is not really a question, because nobody has seen the Creator or met the Creator to ask the Creator the question where the Creator comes from. So if something creates you and there's no knowledge beyond the Creator, then it means that the knowledge gets to the Creator but does not go beyond the Creator, right? So once you are studying up to the Creator, when we get there, we can ask the question, where does the Creator come from? I'm just being funny, but that is not really a question you should worry your head about. But if you are led to pursue this question and to go deeper and search about it, I would encourage you, brother or sister. I don't really know. Both. So, Mamsi said, "Bless you, brother Kojo. In Zulu tribe, when we're doing sacrifices or rituals, we often visited by snakes, usually green snakes. We were told by our fathers that it is good sign and that we should not kill it. We even see them in our homes, then just disappear out of nowhere. Society now calls it demonic. Brother, what is the resemblance of snake to African people? I understand that the third eye looks like, but how are we connected to it?" I believe you were on our Zoom meeting last Sunday, so we spoke a bit about how to connect to the dimensions and how to connect to the universe. So I'll leave that portion, but I'll talk about the snake. Because the Bible says if we see the snake, we must kill it. But the same people that wrote the book are very friendly with snakes. They even live with them in their homes. But let me say something. Have you ever taken notice of the medical crest? I mean, US or worldwide, medical crest. You see that there's a rod and there's a snake. Have you ever asked yourself, why does the medical crest, the medical association, use the symbol of a snake and a rod? And you can see that the snake is climbing all the way up the rod. Have you ever asked your question why? Because they believe that the snake is the god of healing. You understand? Which goes back to ancient Egyptology and or Kemet, and it goes all the way back to the intelligence of our fathers. So I know the voodoo shrine, the voodoo shrine in Benin is a shrine of snake, and you cannot kill the snake. Even the Pope went there to pray. Can you imagine? So listen, these people, they know and understand the spirituality of our fathers. And one of the things that I know with snakes is that a snake would never attack you. A snake never attacks first. A snake would only defend itself when you were trying to attack it. A snake can live with you for days, like you said, and it won't harm you. Snakes are very spiritual. My personal experience with snake, I've had a lot of dreams and visions where snakes talk and have conversation. I know back in Christianity we used to cast demons, cast snakes and break snakes and all of that. But snake is not necessarily what you think it is. There's much more deeper meaning to it. And maybe one day I'll touch on snake. But the question I leave you with, have you considered the medical crest? The medical crest. It's a snake climbing on to a rod. Ask why. So let me go back. So I finished with that. Then I came to yesterday. How has that fallen? Oh, Lucifer. So let's see the comments that we have on how that has fallen, Lucifer. And I read, teach. This from Malachi says, teach, shepherd, wake up the sheep. Bless you for your comment. We are led to teach. This is my job. I love to teach. So Mendoza came back and said, good day, brother. Blessings to you and all. Blessings to you again, sister. Do John said, dear Kojo, thank you for your wisdom and for your words and your time to make video. Sister in Norway. Do John, okay, so yes, I almost said our brother, but your sister in Norway. Hey sister, how you doing in Norway? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great, sis. And I'm humbled that you're a part of this family too. Annette said, bless you for the truth. Yeah, Akamba says, bless up. Love ya choir. Hey sis, how you doing? How's mommy doing? Tell mommy I said hello and you're doing an amazing. One day I would want us to do a video and you teach our sisters. Our brothers and sisters. I'm keeping my hair too. So one day we do a video and you teach us how to grow the hair naturally, like the way. You see how long your hair is? You got to teach me to catch up to you, you know. So I can't wait for that video. Let's link up. She said, such a great teacher, Brother Kojo. Keep up the good work. You are appreciated. We appreciate you too. And bless everybody that keeps commenting. Your comment keeps us going. And I'm excited for today. So let's get straight into it. So now let's go straight into the subject, demons. This is a very gray area, and like I did with Satan, I'm not going to even make a move at all. I'm going to make sure I pay attention to my notes because I don't want to miss anything. So demon, the subject of angels and demon is something that can be really misleading if care not taken. I'm reading my own notes. If care not taken, the word angel and demon are later addition to the Bible. These two words did not exist in the original Hebrew. So the subject, demons, angel, did not exist. These two words did not exist. It did not have any roots to the original Hebrew Bible. That means that these two words are very modern. They are modern words, modern technologies that is trying to explain what existed before. You know what I'm saying? In the old Hebrew, the original Hebrew Bible, the word we find instead of the word angel is the word malak. Is the word malak. The word malak is not a winged being that is flapping its wings and showing you that I'm here. That's not the word malak. The word malak simply means a messenger. So anytime a message is coming from a Lord, you know, Lord is not necessarily Lord is not a divine title. So Lord can be for a master or a king or something like that. So every time a message was going from a Lord to the subject or subordinate, they always used a malak. So the plural word is malaki, messengers, and the singular word is malak. So in the original Hebrew Bible, we don't have the word angel in it. It's called malak because it is perceived that the Creator was sending message. The God of Israel, let me correct myself. It's perceived that the God of Israel was sending messages through the malak to the people. Now, as in whether the malak were heavenly beings, physical beings, human beings, all we know is that these beings, these human beings, appeared. So oftentimes when you read the Bible, you say, and a man stood by, and a man stood with a sword drawn out. So oftentimes you see the word and a man, signifying that this was a man that was sent by the God of Israel to deliver a particular message to the people of Israel. The word demon also does not exist at all in the original Hebrew Bible. There's no place that don't get it confused. You would find places in the scriptures that you will find the translated versions that they will use the word demons. But the original, so that's why I'm using the word original. It means before the Septuagint, before the translations, before the Greeks came in, the original Hebrew text, which is around the 700 BCE all the way to 800 BC, didn't have the word demon from between Genesis to Malachi. Those words did not exist. So, inasmuch as the ancient Hebrew believed in the existence of divine beings, it wasn't thickly populated that angels are doing good and demons are doing evil. It was a very different setting back in the days, because that whole belief system that, okay, the angels are the good ones and the demons are the opposite to the angels. So some people even believe that the demons are the fallen angels. There's not, as a matter of fact, anything called fallen angel. Because if Satan never fell, then it means Satan never fell with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So the word fallen angel is a modern, a current addition to the Bible. It's not an old thing. It wasn't there from the originals. So that ideology of a demon didn't exist at all. It didn't exist at all. Yes, they believed in divine beings. They believe in the spirits. They believe in the spirit of our fathers that have moved on to the dimensions, but they didn't believe this whole concept of the existence of some demon that is in pursuit of doing evil or constantly pursuing people to do evil. Just like the spirituality of our fathers. I did a survey before I came up, right? And I was asking a lot of different tribes around that, do you have any word in your language that is directly used to translate the word demon? You realize that there's no such words. I got the ever word, but I've forgotten about it. I had a gun word too. Oh boy. But there's no such word that directly translates the ideology of a demon from the spirituality of our fathers into the biblical text. It means that this whole ideology of a demon, a fallen angel, a demon moving out to harass anybody or kill anybody or influence anybody, is modern. It's really recent. There's no way. The closest word you can pick from the Fanti language is called Sun Sun Fi. Sun Sun Fi is a direct translation of an evil spirit. It's not, there's no word called demon. The closest a diamond for. And the minute you want to use the word a diamond, then you are going back to the Greek. And in the Greek, diamond means something totally different from what it is made up to be. I studied a bit of demoniology in my Christian days. And in demoniology, a demon is not a fallen angel. In demoniology, a demon is a spirit that is disembodied. So a demon is a disembodied spirit, a spirit that has lost its body. And it is explained in demoniology that it was the pre-Adamic ages. Those, the habitations on the earth that existed in the pre-Adamic ages, they are the ones that the collapse of the world, meaning how darkness filled the entire world. The collapse of the world, during that judgment of the whole battle in the heaven and fight, that the anger of the Creator came upon the people that were living on the face of the earth, because they went ahead to worship the Satan and they lost their body per the punishment that the Creator gave them. So when they lost their body, they became demons. So in demoniology, demons are basically disembodied spirit that existed in the pre-Adamics. That is in demiology. But you understand that demiology is coming from the theological aspect of Christianity, and it's not coming from the ancient. So our fathers did not believe the existence of a demon. Yes, our fathers, just like the Jewish sect, also believe in the existence of divine beings and divine bodies, but our fathers knew without a doubt that there's not a thing called a demon spirit that is there to fill anybody up and take anybody up. That is the reality on the ground. If you know anybody across the face of Africa, I mean our brothers and sisters in South Africa, in Kenya, in Congo, in Zimbabwe, in Zambia, in Benin, you can ask anybody in this community. Just type the question, do you have a direct translation of the word demon in, or direct word that explains the word demon in your local tongue? None exist. As a matter of fact, it didn't even exist in the Hebrew. So this word demon is very modern. In the original Hebrew Bible, the same word that was used for God was also used for demons. Meaning, when the mention of the demon came up, it was always in reference to the people that were sacrificing their children to the god. So he said they sacrificed their children to the demons. They sacrificed their children to the god. They've gone ahead to worship demons. They've gone ahead to worship spirits. They've gone ahead to worship. There are so many verses. Listen, I'm trying to save time, so I don't want to go there. But for the lack of those who would argue this, let me just read couple of scriptures that shows that every time the word demons was mentioned, every time the word demon was mentioned, it was talking about a god that the people were rejecting, the God of Israel, to go and worship. That means is that what it means is that in the original Hebrew Bible, a demon was called the opposite of God. So it was God. They were external beings. They were not beings that were coming to inhabit the body of anybody, but they were external beings that the children of Israel were constantly going away to worship, instead of them paying their reverence and giving their all to the God of Israel. Let's go to a few scriptures that talks about demons in this sense. So we go to places like 2 Chronicles 11:15. It says what? He set up priests to his own for the high places, for the stars and for the calves which he had made. So set up priests for his own, of his own for his high places. So he set up a place for the demons. You understand? They shall no longer sacrifice their sacrifices to the goat demons. So these are gods that they were sacrificing. Leviticus 17:7. They shall no longer sacrifice the sacrifices to the goat demons, which they play the harlot. They shall be a permanent statute to them throughout their generations. So the goat demon, which is basically Hazaziel. Hazaziel is a god. So were gods that they were making this sacrifice to. Deuteronomy 32:17. They sacrificed to demons who were not God. So they sacrificed to demons who were not the God of Israel, to gods whom they have not known. So in Deuteronomy, it's calling demons God they have not known, not demons as in a spirit that possesses anybody. So yes, demons are created by the Creator, but demons are not spirits that are moving around looking for a body to go and inhabit. According to the scriptures, I'm not making these things up. You understand? The book of Psalm 106 verses 37 says, they even sacrifice their sons and their daughters to the demons. So you see, the scripture's perspective of what the demon is totally different from the New Testament perspective of what the demon is. The New Testament perspective of what the demon is a disembodied spirit. The scripture's perspective of what a demon is what? A spirit, a God that exists. And mind you, all these translations is modern. This is not the original Hebrew text. The original Hebrew text does not have the word demon in its existence. It goes on, there are so many verses. 2 Chronicles 11:15. He set up priests to his own. I read this already. I'm going to see if I'll see any more of the subjects on demons. So 1 Samuel 18:10. Now it came to pass on the next day that an evil spirit came. This is my next subject. So when in the old scriptures, right? When we talk about a spirit coming onto somebody, or in our Christian term, or used to be Christian term, when we talk about a spirit coming onto somebody, coming to possess somebody, the scriptures refer to an evil spirit. And we all know where this evil spirit be coming from. This evil spirit comes from the Lord, the God of Israel. So this evil spirit comes from the God of Israel to perform certain specific functions, and not necessarily a demon coming to fill anybody. So 1 Samuel 18:10-11 says, now it came to pass on the next day that an evil spirit from God came mightily upon Saul, and he raved in the midst of the house while David was playing the harp with his hands as usual. And so we know this story. So the evil spirit, if you want to say this is a demon, it means the demon came from the God of Israel. Are you understanding what this means? So in the scriptures, it talks about an evil spirit did this, an evil spirit did that, and oftentimes, or majority, or all the time, this evil spirit always came from the God of Israel. Let's move on. So first and foremost, if you believe of the existence of demons, you need to understand, in the Christian perspective, I think a demon, a spirit failing a human being to do stuff, possessing a human being to do stuff, then you need to understand without a doubt, you are still operating from the Christian point of view. It means that in as much as you claim you are out of Christianity, you still run by the doctrines of Christianity. You still move, you still have the understanding of the doctrines of Christianity, because there's nowhere else that the subject of demon exists apart from Christianity. Nowhere else. It's only in Christianity that the subject of a demon exists and the demon possessing somebody exists. So if you are still asking the question, okay, so what about demons? What do you have to say about demons? It means that in as much as you are making the effort to leave Christianity, you are still hooked by the tentacles of Christianity, and you are not really free from the lies of Christianity. Instead of saying tentacles, I'm just playing with words. Okay, so why I want to address the subject of demons is the fact that everyone thinks or believes demons are foot soldiers of Satan, which Jesus even taught this subject. Jesus taught this. Everyone in the world today think that demons are foot soldiers of the enemy, the devil. First of all, I've done the teaching on the devil. I did from Wednesday all the way through to yesterday, so I have enough information for you on Satan, right? But we understood that there's nothing like a Satan, an enemy to the Creator, fighting you. So if Satan is not an enemy to the Creator, then it means that Satan doesn't have any foot soldiers, according to the doctrines of Christianity, to come and do any bidding for Satan. You understand what I'm saying? Jesus said this. Let's look at Luke 11. Luke 11:18, I believe. Yes. Jesus said, if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebul, and if I by Beelzebul cast out devil, by whom do your sons cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. So this is Jesus saying that what? Let me even not go down here. I gave you the information. I wasn't supposed to give you that because listen, you still didn't get it anyways because you don't really know what I'm talking about. But let's stay with the 8. He said, if Satan also divided against himself, how shall his kingdom? Meaning demons are working for, this is the teachings of Jesus. I'm not making this up. So Jesus is saying Satan has a kingdom which is against the Creator, which is totally ridiculous, right, and symbolic. But Jesus says Satan has a kingdom full of demons and they are fighting. So the reason why Christians believe is because Jesus himself taught this. That is why it's so hard for anybody to, trust me, people are cursing me right now. Even just talk about these things, even just speaking on these things, people are going, look at him. He's backslided. He needs deliverance. We need to catch him. I told you the story of a sister, a lady pastor, who said that she's giving me seven days. She's going to fight for me, and after 7 days, I'll totally be saved, right? I'll be delivered. I'm still here talking about demons. You see, we need to understand. Your ancestors didn't write the New Testament. Your ancestors didn't have a clue about the New Testament. Those who wrote the New Testament had an agenda, and their agenda is to imprison you. They never thought we would expose these truths. That is why when I started talking about these things, YouTube was blocking my videos. Please, we still talk about it. What are you talking about? So each time we talk about demons, the word also comes with a familiar word, familiar spirit. Right? And I remember when we used to be Christian, I bind you, foul spirit, I destroy you, I cast you, I break you, foul spirit. Listen, I did more than you think. I was breaking and casting and delivering people out of foul spirit and familiar spirit. The word familiar spirit simply means family spirit. Families, every family has a spirit. Every father has a spirit in Torah. That's why we have the tree word in Torah. Every father has a spirit. Every mother has a spirit. So if your father's spirit is guiding you and protecting you, there's a thing we say in Chi that it means your father. Enyade means how should I say this in English? Not aggressive, but somebody who just don't give up easily, right? So if we say your father's character is with you, it simply means your father's spirit is on you, your father's energy is on you. So what is wrong with saying that your family has a spirit, which is just family spirit? It's the spirit that guides, controls, directs, leads, protects your family. If I get a wife and have children and I start praying over my wife and children, all of a sudden my spirit hover over my wife and my child. Then my family spirit protects my children. So family spirit is nothing evil. But again, Christian teaches it to be evil, right? Let me continue. And then this leads to the casting out of demons. One of the problems is that nobody can verify actually when a demon goes out of somebody or if a demon is still in there. There is not a measuring tape, or there is not a demometer, it's a demon's meter, demometer that tells you, oh, a demon no longer exists in this house. Nobody can attest to when a spirit went out or when a spirit stayed. Listen, let me ask you something. Why is it that every time the subject of casting out demons came about, it always continued? It never seems to go away. Every time you are casting out the demon from somebody, the same person, go back and come back to the same church, you see the spirit still there. The pastor couldn't cast it before. So nobody really knows whether a spirit is really cast out, a demon is really cast out or not. If there's such a thing as a demon, the question is, where is this thing coming from? I mean, demon in the Christian concept. Where is the demon coming from? Because obviously, I've proven it to you. The devil is not foot soldier in any demon. The Creator did not create any demon. So where are demons coming from? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not denying the existence of spiritual beings. But the title demons given to them is absolutely modern. Where is it coming from? Who created this thing, demon? When do demons possess people? How do demons make their selection? As in who they want to possess. How do demons make this selection? Does it mean that everyone that is not a Christian has a demon in them? Let me say something. The concept of demonology is that a demon cannot inhabit your body if you do not give the demon permission to stay in your body. So let me ask a simple question. When did you give any demon any permission to stay in your body? Hence my question, how does a demon possess anybody? When did you give it? Did you ever give any permission? And I know, listen, I've studied demonology for years. I know they will tell you, oh, you accept a demon in by the songs you listen to, by the things you watch, by the things you do this, by the things you... Let me ask you a question. If a thief come to your house with guns out, standing at your gate, asking you to open the gate, if you watch through your gate and you see the thief, does it automatically allow the thief to come into your house? If you don't open the gate, how is the thief getting into your house? So if you do not tell a demon to come in, you cannot subconsciously or unconsciously allow a demon to come into your house. If that is the case, then all these films they show on the internet now, you can even be Googling, search for Bible, then a porn picture pops up. Then a demon has come into you. You right on the street, you see all this advertisement with naked girls and all of that showing because the companies are trying to make. Then demons will come into you. Then as a matter of fact, nobody is saved. Everybody is filled with demons. If you can unconsciously allow a demon to come and stay in you. So my question still remains: when did you allow a demon to stay in you? And if you don't believe in Christianity, it means there's a demon some way, somehow working in you. If demons are the ones telling us to commit sin, then let me ask a simple question. When the pastor go to sleep with somebody in the church, was there a demon that told the pastor to go? Did the demon inhabit the pastor? Or in this case, the pastor was not filled with a demon, but the pastor was only in the flesh? We've already studied the lower energies and the upper energies. Once you delve into your lower energies, you do things that the flesh desires. This is the ideology of a demon. Everything they tell you that the demon is making you do it yourself. The minute you begin to operate in your lower energies, you will do these things that they claim a demon is leading you to do. Your lower energy goes into your flesh. Your upper energy goes into your spirituality. Let's still pretend everything I've said doesn't make sense. Let's still go on. Let's continue. If the arguments comes in that demons are what Christians claim to be, is it that it's only by the power of the Holy Spirit that one can cast out demons? If that is the case, why did Jesus say in Luke 11, 19, 20, that even the Jews, go and read it, Luke 11, 19, 20, that even the Jews are casting out demons? The Jews don't have the Holy Spirit. The Jews don't believe in the Holy Spirit. So how are the Jews casting out demons if the Jews don't have the Holy Spirit? Jesus said it. Go and look at it. You know I don't believe in the New Testament. Go and read it for yourself. It's there. It's in your New Testament. How were the Jews casting out the demons if they didn't have the Holy Spirit? If they didn't believe in Jesus? We must always remember that the entire New Testament was written in Greek. I know some people would love to say that the Gospels were written in Aramaic. Please, none of the writers of the Gospels was a Hebrew boy to even speak Aramaic. They were all Greek boys. So they wrote the entire New Testament in Greek. I used to believe that it was Aramaic. In fact, I have an Aramaic New Testament. The things we've done, I'm telling you. Okay. Since the New Testament was written in Greek, it is common sense that if we do not understand any terminology in the New Testament, we have to go to the Greek scriptures of the Greek New Testament and find out what word is this and what is the meaning of this word in Greek. If we can understand the meaning of the word in Greek, then that word would make sense because it was written in Greek. That's why most pastors and bishops and prophets quote the Greek. Some have even studied Greek. Why? Because they want to understand the New Testament better. So if the word is demon in the sense of Christianity or Christian theology or organized religion theology is coming up in the New Testament, then let's go and find out the meaning of the word in Greek. Common sense, right? Okay. So now let's find out the meaning of the word demon in Greek. So let's go to the next. I don't speak Greek, so obviously we have to go to the next. So in Greek, the word, before the word got to the English, the word is coming from the Latin word, which is daemon, which is D-A-E-M-O-N, daemon, which is a word that was copied from the ancient Greek daimon. I don't know how to say daimon, D-A-I-M-O-N. So the Latin is D-A-E-M-O-N, the Greek is D-A-I-M-O-N. You can search it. Please don't take my word for it. Search it. D-A-I-M-O-N. The word means in Greek God, godlike, power, faith. You see, there's nothing evil about the word. I know, it hurt. Ooh, so I believed in this all my life, and it's not even. So I saw a comment. Somebody sent me a comment and said, "So what I taught about the Bible? Everything we believed in is false." It hurts. I know. My entire life I spent being a Christian pastor. I know it hurts. But the truth is the truth. Go and search it to yourself. D-A-I-M-O-N. It doesn't mean an evil spirit. It doesn't mean a spirit that comes to possess anybody. It doesn't mean a spirit that comes to inhabit the body of anybody. It means a God. Like in the Old Testament scriptures that I was reading, that instead of the God of Israel, they were sacrificing to their God. This is why they demonize the God of our fathers. Are you getting the picture? Because they knew without a doubt the gods of our fathers were powerful beings. But if they let you stick to the God of your fathers, like King Leopold said, and the other kings in the Western world said, that if we allow these people to stay connected to their spirituality and their God, then there's no way we can defeat them. So the only how to defeat these people is to cut them off from their God. And how on earth are they going to cut us from our God if not demonize them? They take our gods, go polish them, believed in them, but demonize them to us. So the word demon, that's not daemon or daimon, that's not mean an evil spirit. It means a God, godlike, which originally referred to a lesser deity or a guiding spirit, such as daemons of ancient Greek religion. So wait, the spirits they said they had to cast out of you were not your enemies. They were your guiding spirit, your guardian spirit. And it demonized it to you so that you will lose attention from being led into spirituality, because it's only in spirit that you can be led into spirituality. Spirituality is not done in doctrines or religions or man's perspective. Spirituality has nothing to do with physicality. Spirituality is everything to do with the spirit. So they realized that the spirits were leading, the spirits were guiding us. So we need to disconnect them from these spirits. So we demonize them. We gotta devise a strategy to separate them from their spirit. Then we come to the place of casting out demons. Not casting out demons, but casting out your guiding spirit. Right from birth, a voice could talk to you and tell you, don't do this, don't do this, don't go here, don't go here, don't go here, right? If this voice is talking to us, that is a demonic spirit. But if this same voice is talking to them, letting them come up with all these inventions or what have you, that is a good spirit. This is the world they've kept us in. Read it, listen, do the research for yourself. So lesser deity or guiding spirit, such as a demon, ancient Greek religion, mythology, and of a later Hellenistic religion and philosophy. So it was later broken down to what we have today. The word is derived from Proto-Indo-European daemon, provider. So demon is a word used for a spirit that is a provider, that is a divider. From the root word da, to divide. So da, to divide. Demons were possibly seen as souls of men. So when they're actually casting out demons, please forgive anybody that have cast any demon out of you. Please forgive me. When they are casting out demons, what they are actually doing is that they are separating you from your spirit. That is how come every time that exercise is done, you feel like a vegetable. You feel empty. So they exchange your souls and give you another spirit, and this spirit will lead you to Christianity, and you will be so blind, and it will be so difficult for you to wake up, because you have exchanged your guidance spirit. I'm not the one. Listen, I'm not saying anything. You realize that I'm only reading things to you. I'm not making anything up. So demons were possibly seen as the souls of men of the golden age, acting as intermediary deities according to entry. So let's go to the description. Demons are benevolent or benign nature spirit. Ooh, nature spirit. Beings of the same nature as both mortal and deities, similar to ghosts or heroes, spirit guides, forces of nature, or the deities themselves. See Plato's synopsis. So see Plato's symposium. According to so it goes on and on. You can search these things for yourself. So the word demon is negatively connotated in the Christian sect to be something of an evil incarnation, and the truth of the matter is, it has nothing to do with evil at all. So these are spirits that guides us. That is why I'm telling you that in our tradition, in the intelligence of our fathers, there's no such word as demon. I know most of you don't understand what I just said, but I said, but instead we have spirit that guides us. Sunsum. So when the spirit is doing something negative, we call it the sunsum fi. Let me go back to my notes before I come and read something to you. Let's check what happened next. This also occurred in times of the Greeks, that Socrates, the great philosopher, was guided by a demon. You see, when it was guiding Socrates, they said what? Socrates is the great philosopher of all times. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Everything Socrates knew, he learned from Egypt. Socrates was a student in Egypt, and our ancestors, our fathers, were the ones teaching Socrates everything he knew. And Socrates came to a place of, oh, wait a minute. So these voices that has been talking to me, it's not me going crazy. They are teaching me that these are guidance spirit. So the Greeks gave it the name daemons or daimons, which means not diamonds. Daimon, not diamonds, which means guidance spirit, being, spirit of nature. So they twisted the word up, put it in the Christian Bible, and told you these are evil spirit. Whilst when we go to the scriptures, we clearly see that every evil spirit that moved in the scriptures came from the God of Israel. Socrates, the great philosopher, was guided by a demon, the little voice speaking into his ears, to do good, which was considered to be good. So Socrates says a demon is a good spirit that was telling him all the time to do the right things and not the wrong things. Let me read a bit about Socrates. In Plato's Symposium, the priestess Diotima, so I love the word Tima. You know, this is a Ghanaian priest that Socrates went to meet. Diotima. Tima means compassion. Somebody that's compassion. I'm just messing with you with the words. Teaching Socrates that love is not a deity, but rather a great daemon. She goes on to explain that, and this was an Egyptian priestess. Goes on to explain that everything daimonic is between divine and mortal. So a demon is a spirit that emerges between the mortal and the divine. And she describes demons as interpreting and transporting human things to the gods and divine things to men. So demons were doing the job as transporters. They were taking things, when we make sacrifices and all of that, they were taking things to the gods, and the gods were bringing things through the demons back to humans. This was the teachings of ancient Egypt, where Socrates went to learn. Entreaties and sacrifices from below, and ordinances and rituals from above. Ordinances and requitals from above, sorry. In Plato's Apology of Socrates, Socrates claimed to have a daimonion, literally divine something, that frequently warned him in a form of a voice against mistakes, but never told him what to do. So this spirit was constantly guiding Socrates. And this is where the word demon is coming from. Does it say anything like what we have in the New Testament? As we get to the Hellenistic world, the Hellenistic period covers the period of Mediterranean history between the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC and the emergence of 323 BC and the emergence of the Roman Empire, as signified by the Battle of Actium in 31 BC and the conquest of Ptolemaic Egypt the following year. So many questions kept coming up. Why is there a war? Why is there a disease? Why is there so much injustice? Why is there so much suffering? The people of the time demanded much more explanation than it just being the way it is. So it was convenient of the people to imagine, well, if there is sickness, it is because a demon is causing it. So this is where the idea of demons causing sicknesses and diseases came from. If there's an earthquake, then a god is causing it. That and so forth. So this fed right into Christianity. Hence Jesus' whole career and activity, casting out demons, healing the sick. Satan has bound this person and that, which I believe by now we all know the position of Satan. You know the amazing thing about healing, or Christian churches, like when we lay hands, we do these things, we heal. Nobody has restored anybody that has gotten their leg cut off before. None. It's never happened. There's no healing ground. Nobody has restored an eyeball that was missing, and I haven't seen it. If there is, I don't know. The funny thing is that almost every healing that is done through crusades and all of these things can be, it's not, majority of the time, they go and come back again. I had an experience. I had a deaf and dumb guy growing up in my house, in my father's house. Let me rightly say. And There was a crusade, I think it was Riyad Bunky or something, had a crusade, and he went, it was Riyad Bunky, and he went to the crusade, and in the crusade, he said Bunky has healed him, and he can hear. I came back to the living quarters, and I saw him sitting down with a television set wide open, very wide, very loud. So I was asking, why have you opened the volume this loud? Can you hear anything? He said, I'm like, what do you mean? He went to crusade, they prayed, and now he can hear. So I'm like, wait. So they prayed for you to hear, but they didn't pray for you to speak? I'm not debunking anything. I'm just saying, 2 days later, he complained that all the healing in the ear didn't work. His back. Listen, herbs can heal you better than any gathering can heal you. Than any crusade can heal you. Just eating right, eating herbs, eating the right thing. So wait, it means, that's beautiful. It means the herbs are more anointed than majority of these Christian pastors that are claiming they've healed you through crusades. The herbs are not. Why wouldn't the herbs be anointed? Because the herbs spend more time in the sun, receiving healing from the Son of Righteousness, rising up with healing in its wings, way more than any pastor would lay hands on you. Hence why a lot of people still die in the churches with diabetes, with heart attacks, with strokes, and all these things. And yet the herbalists are not reporting cases of people dying after they've been treated with the herbs. Meaning herbs are more anointed. But these so-called casting out demons and casting out spirits that are causing anybody to be sick. The mind will believe anything the mind is told to believe. If you believe demons are in you and demons are coming out of you, it is true. If you don't believe any demon is inhabiting you and is causing you to be sick, but it's rather your eating habits and the disgraceful manner to which we allow chemicals into our body is causing us to be sick, and that if you start reversing these things by eating well and doing the right things, the mind will believe it. Whatever you tell the mind will believe it is so. I want to end on this note. The Creator created you with the Spirit. From birth, you were always a spirit being living in the body. You didn't become a spirit being when you believed that Jesus is Lord and personal Savior and you accepted Him. No, you were a living being right from birth. I don't say Jesus. I don't pray in the name of Jesus. I don't do anything in the name of Jesus. I have done that in my past. I know better. I am back into the truth. If I had cast out any spirit from anybody in my ignorance, thinking I knew the truth, I apologize. What I would say is time you also wake up and find the truth. Everything that exists in this dimension was created by the Creator. Everything the Creator created is good. You just don't know how to use it. You just don't understand it. You just don't know the engineering of the Creator's creation. The day you wake up to understand, have understanding and intelligence about the things and how the Creator moves and works, that would be the day you'll be really delivered from the ignorance that is preached around us to the intelligence of our fathers. Have a great evening. I miss Health Wednesday, so I know I'm coming your way with something great tomorrow on Health Wednesday. Unless something else comes up, then I might not bring Health Wednesday. But I love you guys. Stay blessed. Have a great night.